Tonight's bedtime story is about a tiny bunny named Benny. A little bunny with floppy ears, soft white paws, and one very big problem. Benny could not sleep. Every night, while the moon shined brightly and the stars twinkled above the forest, all the other little animals closed their eyes and drifted into dreamland. But not Benny. He tossed, he turned, he sighed. And one magical night, Benny went on a gentle adventure through the sleepy forest to discover the secret of peaceful dreams. So snuggle into your blankets, close your eyes, and let's begin. Chapter 1. Benny's Restless Night. In the middle of a quiet forest, under a hill covered with soft green grass, there was a cozy bunny burrow. Inside lived Benny Bunny and his family. Mama Bunny tucked Benny into his tiny bed every night. "Good night, Benny," she whispered softly. But Benny's eyes stayed wide open. "I'm not sleepy," Benny groaned. Outside, the crickets chirped gently. The wind whispered through the trees. The moon glowed silver in the sky. Still, Benny could not sleep. He flopped one ear, then the other. He counted carrots. 1 carrot, 2 carrots, 3 carrots. But instead of getting sleepy, he became hungry. "Oh no," Benny sighed. He quietly climbed out of bed and peeked outside the burrow. The forest looked magical at night. Tiny glowing fireflies floated through the air like little lanterns. The grass sparkled with dew, and somewhere far away, an owl softly hooted. Hoo, hoo. Benny's nose twitched. Maybe, he thought, maybe someone in the forest knows how to fall asleep. So Benny tiptoed into the moonlit forest. Chapter 2. The Wise Old Owl. Benny followed the sound of hooting until he reached a giant oak tree. High above sat Oliver Owl. Oliver wore tiny round glasses and looked very wise. "Who is awake so late?" asked Oliver gently. "It's me," Benny said sadly. "I can't sleep." Oliver blinked slowly. Many little animals struggle with sleep sometimes. Benny looked hopeful. "Can you help me?" Oliver smiled kindly. "The first secret to sleep is slowing down." "Slowing down?" Benny asked. Oliver nodded. "Your mind hops around like a bouncing rabbit." Benny giggled. "That's because I am a rabbit." Oliver chuckled softly. "Try this," he said. "Take a slow breath in." Benny breathed in. "And slowly breathe out." Benny breathed out. Again. Slowly in, slowly out. The leaves rustled peacefully above them. The cool night breeze brushed Benny's fur. And for a tiny moment, Benny felt calm. But suddenly, a squirrel zoomed past the tree shouting, "I found acorns! I found acorns!" Benny jumped. Now he felt awake again. "Oh dear," Benny sighed. Oliver smiled gently. "Sleep takes patience, little bunny. Maybe another forest friend can help you too." Benny thanked Oliver and continued his journey. Chapter 3. The Sleepy Bear. Farther into the forest, Benny found a cave beside a bubbling stream. Inside the cave, a giant brown bear snored loudly. Urgh. Snore. Benny carefully stepped closer. "Excuse me." The bear opened one sleepy eye. "I can't sleep," Benny explained. The bear stretched slowly. "Well, I'm excellent at sleeping." Benny's eyes widened. "Really?" The bear yawned. "Oh yes, I sleep all winter." Benny gasped. "That's amazing." The bear smiled warmly. "My secret is comfort." "Comfort?" Benny asked. The bear nodded. "A warm, cozy place, soft sounds, and peaceful thoughts." The bear handed Benny a fluffy moss blanket. "Try resting beside the stream." Benny curled beside the bubbling water. The stream sounded soft and gentle. Bubble, bubble, trickle, trickle. The moss blanket felt warm. The stars shimmered above. Benny's eyes began to droop. But suddenly, splash! A fish jumped from the stream. Benny bounced up again. "Oh, carrots," Benny groaned. The bear laughed kindly. "You're getting closer, little bunny." Chapter 4: The Firefly Field. Benny wandered through the forest until he reached a glowing meadow. Hundreds of fireflies danced in the air. Tiny golden lights floated everywhere. It looked like the stars had fallen into the grass. In the center of the field stood Fiona Firefly. She glowed brighter than all the others. "Why are you awake?" she asked softly. "I'm trying to learn how to sleep," Benny replied. Fiona floated gently around him. "The secret," she whispered, "is peaceful thoughts." She pointed toward the sky. "Sometimes our minds feel noisy." Benny nodded. "Very noisy. So think of happy, gentle things." Benny tried. Soft clouds, warm carrot soup, Mama Bunny's hugs, rain tapping softly outside the burrow. Fiona smiled. "Now your heart feels lighter." Benny smiled too. The fireflies drifted slowly, like floating dreams. Everything felt calm and magical. Benny yawned, a big bunny yawn. But then, a twig snapped nearby. Benny jumped again. "Oh no!" Fiona giggled kindly. "You're almost ready for sleep, Benny." Chapter 5: The Moonlit Pond. Soon Benny reached a quiet pond. The moon reflected across the water like silver paint. A family of ducks floated peacefully nearby. Mama Duck tucked her ducklings beneath her wings. Benny watched quietly. "They look so peaceful," he whispered. An old turtle beside the pond smiled. "That's because they feel safe." "Safe?" Benny asked. The turtle nodded slowly. "When we feel safe, our bodies relax." Benny sat beside the turtle. The cool grass tickled his paws. The pond shimmered gently. The frogs croaked softly in the distance. The turtle spoke in a calm, sleepy voice. "Sometimes little ones worry at bedtime." Benny looked down. He did worry sometimes. About storms, about darkness, about strange noises. The turtle nodded kindly. "That's okay." Then he pointed at the moon. "The moon watches over the whole forest every night." Benny stared at the glowing moon. It suddenly didn't feel scary anymore. It felt comforting, warm, protective, safe. Benny's eyelids drooped lower, lower, lower. But then, ribbit! A frog croaked loudly beside him. Benny hopped 3 feet into the air. "Oh dear," he sighed. The turtle chuckled softly. Even restless nights eventually end. Chapter 6: Home Again. Benny slowly walked back through the forest. The trees swayed gently. The night breeze felt cooler now. Everything seemed quieter, calmer, sleepier. As Benny walked, he remembered everything his forest friends taught him. Oliver Owl taught him to breathe slowly. The bear taught him comfort. Fiona taught him peaceful thoughts. The turtle taught him to feel safe. Maybe sleep wasn't something to chase. Maybe sleep arrived softly, little by little. When Benny reached home, Mama Bunny was waiting at the burrow entrance. "There you are," she whispered lovingly. Benny cuddled close to her. "I was learning how to sleep." Mama Bunny smiled warmly. "And what did you learn?" Benny thought carefully. "That sleeping isn't magic." Mama Bunny kissed his forehead. "No, little bunny, it's a feeling." She tucked Benny into bed again. This time, Benny took a slow, deep breath. In, out. He imagined floating fireflies, soft moss blankets, silver moonlight, gentle streams, warm hugs, safe, cozy burrows. And slowly, very slowly, Benny's eyes closed. Ending. Sweet dreams, Benny. Outside, the forest slept peacefully. The owl rested in his tree. The bear snored softly in his cave. The fireflies drifted lazily through the meadow. The ducks slept beneath the moon. And deep inside the cozy bunny burrow, little Benny Bunny finally slept soundly. He dreamed of glowing stars, fluffy clouds, and peaceful moonlit forests. Mama Bunny smiled softly as she watched him sleep. "Sweet dreams, little bunny." The moon shined quietly over the forest. The wind whispered gently through the trees. And everything, every tiny leaf, every sleepy creature, every glowing star, fell peacefully asleep. The end.